This bastard puts in the wrong address. Oof. I end up on the other side of town, and now I actually ended up physically fighting with the Uber driver because it was like in the AMs, and he's like, "Dog, I live around here. This is where your trip ends. I can't help you."
What?
Right? No charger, no nothing, dog. Ended up at the garage, walked from block to block.
Damn.
These guys in the petrol station didn't want to help me. I think they thought I'm some kind of thug or whatever. We're not cute to be on. Why ain't gonna rob nobody? But don't push.
From being Mrekza on our TV screens to now running a generational show that showcases not only his own talents, but the guests too. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me to welcome the one and only OG TSWYZA! Yes, sir.
Yeah, man.
Thank you, brother, for coming through. How are you today?
Yeah, man. Semi-sweet, dog. Can't complain. Yeah, well. I'm happy.
We're happy.
I'm very happy, dog.
I like that you're happy, my brother, and I've watched you on Generations, but I know in 1994, rather, you went to the States. You went to the States with your mom, and I think that's where you actually got to see the hip-hop side of things, the art, and how it actually shaped who you are as well. Tell me about that trip in 94 and you going to the States.
Yeah, man. Fortunately, I got to travel at a young age, and I think it's still prevalent today, man. Exposure opens a lot of doors. It unlocks the mind, It's sort of like me asking you, what would you do if you won the lotto? You know what I mean? I think the first thing that I would do is go overseas to think about that question. You know what I mean? Because once you're exposed, then you in that environment that allows you to think more or beyond where you grew up and what unlocks a lot of things. So, yeah, man, to me, that was, it was explosive, man. It's culture, it's the colors, it's the wear, it's the slang, it's the music, you know what I mean? Just the scenery, from the slums to the peri-urban. So it really, really, really shaped and introduced me to hip-hop.
Okay.
As we know it today, yeah.
And I remember 1994, Tupac was still alive.
Hey,
Biggie was still alive.
Hey.
I was not yet alive, by the way.
I might have bumped into them and not known, you know what I mean?
You know, but you were still there, bro. How were you afforded the opportunity to be there? Because most youngins don't have the opportunity to explore, but you were there when the States.
I think it all resonates in who I am today, because my mom was a pusher. You know what I mean? My mom was not even a hustler, man. A resource mobilizer. You know what I mean? Yeah, she found herself in the right places, talking to the right people about the right things. Then eventually she had a program where, it was like a cultural exchange type of thing. Because we'd have Americans sleep at our place, and that was in the ghetto, in the hood. You know what I mean?
Limpopo.
Yeah, in Limpopo, yeah. In Limpopo. So, I grew up even interacting with them, they bring me things and, hey, have you listened to this? Walkmans in that day and time, started playing basketball, got a hoop at home, you know what I mean? So, yeah, man, I think big ups to my moms for, being that resilient hustler and, knowing how to finesse opportunity.
Shout out to moms.
Yeah, man.
And she's still alive right now?
Yeah, still alive, man.
She's proud right now seeing the TSWYZA show.
Hey, black tats, man. She's gotta be, though. She's a beneficiary, yeah.
Man. Okay, let's talk more about Limpopo.
Yeah.
Where you grew up. And Limpopo is it's a foreign place for me because it's like Zangindaya Golakala, but I know that musicality, there's the likes of King Munada.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
But hip hop wise, I'm not really tapped in. And how was hip hop growing up in Limpopo, brah?
I'll be honest with you, man. I think that's what makes us kind of gravitate to the central of where things are happening, whether it be Cape Town, Pretoria, Joburg, But Limpopo is quite a slow-paced province, And I'm still shocked even today that we're slow-paced because one of the things that I tried to do and still trying to do is open up a film and television studio. Yeah, because I'm MICT CETA accredited for film and television production.
What does that mean, MICT?
Yeah, so it's an accreditation body that allows you to teach film and television and still award a certificate legally.
Legally.
You know what I mean? So after my stint on Generations for a couple of years, I thought, man, come on. I kind of ticked my boxes. You know, we had conversations about that earlier on, that, you know, you set goals and you try to tick boxes, but, you know, some boxes aren't tickable because, you know, you can't do things alone. And once people don't come to the party, then, you know what I mean, it becomes a dud. So Limpopo's quite back in that essence, you know. Hey, talk about tenders, you know, talk about cultural music, But when it came to hip hop, man, I'm still yet to witness, you know, that level of support and, you know, the growth in it, you know what I mean? But then it also kind of taught me something. I mean, you just mentioned shit that, you know, when you listen to the guy, he's actually a rapper. You know what I mean? Just a different format, different swag, you know, but he's a rapper, you know? And then at the end of the day, you start listening to your Tsonga, and as much as you would in Bakanga, you know, there's elements of hip hop.
I'm a piano as well.
I'm a piano as well, you know, because there's poetry in it, and, you know, you can't separate hip hop and poetry. But unfortunately, from a support and culture perspective, man, I had to dip.
You had to dip.
I had to dip.
Yeah. Dip to Josie.
Dip to Josie, man.
When was this? You dipping for the first time, arriving to Josie?
Well, I'm a different case because I'm a geographical baby, you know?
Okay.
Yeah.
Elaborate on that piece.
No. Well, I was born and bred that side, but my family on both sides, you know, my dad is from the Tswana lineage. My mom is from a Zulu lineage, you know, Davidton and stuff like that. So I've had a lot of up and downs, you know. I mean, you can hear the accent is quite Pretoria, you know. So yeah, but officially dipping was me after completing my getting my degree at the University of Limpopo.
Okay.
And I thought, hey man, I've ticked the boxes once again, but you know, there's gotta be more to this. You know what I mean? So yeah, just wanted to attain my education, my certificates, get my degree, and dip.
What did you study?
So I did BA in Media Studies.
Media
Communications, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And
similar to what I did.
Yeah, and I studied a bit of German, so yeah.
Oh, okay.
You know?
German?
Yeah, man. Speaking ein bisschen
Deutsch.
Deutsch.
Yeah. Whatever, Deutsch or German.
Yeah, really.
You knew.
Yeah, spricht.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so speaking ein bisschen Deutsch.
So you'd have a conversation with Hitler, maybe have him at the TSWYZA Show?
In the afterlife, brother. It's hard, yeah. I mean, you can't kill me. We both dead, right? There we go.
I respect that, bro. Let's talk about Generations.
Yeah.
Mrekza, you getting that gig. I think that was your big break in the industry, and I also saw you there. I used to watch a lot of Generations when you were there, and now I don't watch it that much, unfortunately, if at all. But tell me about you being there and how it happened.
Yay. Well, it's a journey and a half. My stint to TV was my mom yet again.
Okay.
Now, thing love. So, being a board member of, you know, certain boards, organizations, and departments, you know, we set up camp here in Joburg, and she's always wanted to be on TV. You know, she's got that personality, right? So she joined up with it was Gaino back in the day, an agency. So then I was tendering. You see how important an environment is?
Yeah.
I was a tender.
Where you at?
Yeah, man, but I wasn't fulfilled. So came and joined at the side, and a couple of times I'd drop her off at auditions and stuff, you know? So it happened that one of the days that I dropped her off, she's like, dude, there's even a spot open for, you know, guys your age and description and whatever, you know? I'm like, I'm game, you know, I'm a confident guy. Got there, yeah, my man. Now you're seeing all the people you've seen on TV. You know what I mean? This thing's foreign to you, you know? I had been on KTV once.
Okay.
Yeah. But that was like by mistake.
By mistake, how?
Oh, they were interviewing some guy, and then I just pushed him out the way, and then we had a chat.
Okay.
Yeah, and I actually saw myself on TV for the first time. But long story short is, yeah, I got there, saw the guys that I've always seen on TV, and I'm like, nah, man. How do you put me against these guys, you know? Then
who are these guys?
It was like your Fezile Mpelas, your... Hey, dog, I'm bad with names. Well, I can tell you characters. But it was the OGs back then.
I get
you know what I mean? Yeah, you know these pretty boys that were continuity presenters back in the day, you know. SABC, after this is or the bold, check it out, you know what I mean?
Get that?
Yeah, so I'm like, nah, man, I can't do this thing. Dipped. As time went on, I thought, you know what I mean, I need some money, you know what I mean? Tender game was not really prevalent. It wasn't prevalent at that time. This
back
side,
then,
you know what I mean? Yeah. So, did an audition. Well, the reason I did an audition is a different story. I'm at your Swisher.
Shit.
Swisher from a heavy night of drinking and stuff. You know, I'm with a friend of mine called T-Pain. So next morning, we dropped them off at their and it's like early. You know when it's too early to even have a drink.
Like what time? Like 4?
Yeah, almost 6 o'clock.
Okay.
Yeah, because you know they have to climb through windows or whatever, you know. So I'm chilling with this guy and I'm like, dog, well, we up. And it's too early to drink, so what are we going to do with ourselves, you know? Then I remembered, man, there was some chick I was hitting on who said she's going to be in Randburg at an audition. And I'm like, dog, let's go check it out, right? Pass some time. Now it's my 8 o'clock, get there. Hey, there's this long-ass line. So I'm trying to talk to this chick, trying to talk to her, and I'm seeing all other celebrities and stuff like that. I'm like, you know what I mean? I'm trying to talk to this chick. Now the guy that's running the audition is like, dude, are you here for an audition, or you know what I mean? If otherwise, then please leave. I'm like, no, I'm here for an audition, so I could get my number. Got my number. I think I was number 300 and something. Yeah, 300 and something. Yeah. So now I'm moving forward in the queue. I'm like, no. We'll still do the order thing. I just want to talk to this lady. Talk to her before we knew it. You know what I mean? In the beginning, I'm next up, and they're like, dude, okay, the brief is. You just walked into a dealership. You know, you don't look the part, but the car salesman looks at you and like, you know what I mean? Then you went back home, played the lotto, won, came back to the same guy, and you're like, you know what I mean? Like, dog, story of my life, you know what I mean? But yeah, well, first audition, first job. That's an ad.
Okay.
Lotto. Second audition, second job. Third audition, it happened 6 times. Bro.
Whoa.
Right? There was a moment where I was actually in Davidton chilling with my grams at a crib with my cousins. And concurrently, first ad plays, second ad plays, then the soapy plays, third ad, fourth ad, back to the first.
And you're seeing yourself there.
Dog. And I'm like, Joe, this is easy bread. Because at that time, I mean, getting paid like, what, 20 grand just to be on TV and you kind of famous. Yeah, so since then, never looked back. Did a couple of short movies, you know, these ones, 5 rand, you know. Yeah, I paid my dues. You know. It was Mzansi Magic.
Mzansi Magic.
Yeah.
But it's good to look in bicycle, but close enough.
Yeah.
Maybe that?
Yeah.
Hey, okay.
That type of vibe. Yeah, man. So I guess just getting that exposure. And then the biggest one at that time was because, then we did the OLX ads.
Okay.
You know? Yeah, so there was a series of OLX ads, you know, it was sell it, and that was the payoff line. Got us traveling, got us shooting, got a couple of,
I remember that ad.
Yeah, made a couple of bucks and so forth. So, you know, you became a hot boy within your own little lane, you know. Then I got a stint on a soapy, first telenovela in South Africa called Inkaba, right?
Inkaba.
Yeah, with the legendary John Kani.
Okay.
Back in the day, you know, but yeah, prominent actors and actresses. So got that stint. So generations kept on calling for like a call or two, right? And I'm like, that means I'm gonna go to the biggest show, but just once. You know what I mean? So I said, you know, please call me when they've got something, you know.
You had already leveraged yourself to that point where you don't have to just come once or twice. You can tell them, if you need me, you just gotta give me an acting role.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah, but for something serious, you know what I mean? Because I can't come from a serious actor, you know, or a serious actor.
Yes, sir.
With heavyweights, and now you want me as an extra type of thing, you know what I mean?
Get it.
Guest artist, you know what I mean? So they kept on requesting. Now, the lady at the agency calls me in and she's like, listen, they're gonna stop taking your calls because you keep saying you want more calls, you know what I mean? And opportunity is opportunity. So please take this one before they start calling someone else. I'm like, you know what? Let me do it, right? And at that time, Gaba's also, you know, taking its dip, you know, But in all fairness, it was for a short time. Got 2 generations. I'm supposed to even play a Zulu guy, Zulu gangster. You know? But you know how typical TV is. They put you in that leopard print vest, leather jacket, and I'm like, Joe, do you guys know thugs? You know what I mean? Thugs, like you get prominent people that dress so nice, they smell good, they're yellow bones, and they are doing the craziest things, you know what I mean? Because I grew up with half of them, you know, I've ran a number of them, but not to perjure myself. But yeah, man, I've been associated with people that are real thugs, but they are clean, articulate, they even know English, you know what I mean? They walk into, you know, serious banks and, you know, I'm like, Joe, let me try switch it up, right? So now, obviously, you know, you start with the rehearsals, and I'm like, let me give them what they want for the rehearsals. But once it says action, let me tap into me, you know what I mean? Action, do my thing, they're like, okay, fine, let's bully. Something was like, I thought, do you, what do you have to lose? I'm like, nothing, you know what I mean? Action, I did my thing, you know, comedy, and now the crew starts laughing. Even one of the guys drops the camera, like, the lens down. Yeah, so the director comes running down and is like, what the hell is this? You guys must be professional. And I'm thinking, I'm like, I messed this one up, right? Points at me and says, you say exactly and do exactly what you just did. Action. And 8 years later, 10 years later, here we are.
He liked the fact that you did it again and was like, okay,
and I did it my way. Yeah. So basically, I went a good year without a name because it didn't have a name.
On the show? I
didn't have a name. Yeah, man. I only got a surname like, what? I still don't have a name actually.
For the show, like Generations?
Yeah. I recently got not recently, but like 3 years ago, I only then got a surname.
Which was?
Makavul.
Mrekza Makavul.
Yeah. But it makes sense because I spit bars, you know?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but it's always been the nickname and the surname, you know? Yeah, but then, dog, I thought, okay, well, I enjoyed the prospects of...
How was playing such a character, Mrekza?
I thought it was dope, man. I think it was the biggest con that I've ever pulled, you know, getting paid to be me.
Being you.
Yeah, man. I mean, you look at the script, okay, getting married, somebody got robbed. Okay, action. Hey, Joe, what's your report? You know what I mean? So they got so used to it that even the script was like...
You were just freestyling.
Yeah, this is the context. You and Lucy or you and whoever so we have to feed on off of each other's energy. Otherwise, it would be just another redundant character with the same role, you know what I mean? And everybody plays a gangster.
I get it.
But nobody plays a funny gangster. So I saw a nation, it's like...
And you were killing it because you and Lucy were loved by the whole nation, bro.
Yeah, man.
Like, too much, bro.
There we go, dog.
You know,
so
like...
that really changed my life.
And there's an interview with Lucy, I don't know her real name, by the way.
Manaka,
yeah. But she was like, she doesn't like the fact that she gets called Lucy still.
Yeah.
In the present day, Kota, she has a real name, Manaka. She's played so many numerous roles, but she's still known for that Lucy role. How do you feel, Wena? Do you feel like you being known for the Mrekza role alone, or do you feel like I'm known for numerous things rather than just that, bro?
So, interesting question. And we've actually had not fights, but altercations, and because of that. Because what would happen is that when we come out of studio, you'll find a bunch of extras or people that are visiting and doing a tour of the SABC, and they'll be like, Mrekza, Lucy. And she'd be like, no, I'm Lucy, what, So I'll grab it to the side. I'm like, listen, these people don't know you personally. You know what I mean? If somebody calls you Manaka, then they definitely know you personally. And you might have built a rapport that allows them to address you in your real name. But for now, you're a character. I'm Mrekza, and they're celebrating me. They're celebrating the character. So don't try to mix the two, because outside of studio, you are Manaka to those that matter in that, lane and, surrounding or whatever. But, I mean, this is what you do for a living. And you do this every day for the past, I think she's 15 or 18 years or whatever, strong, you know what I mean? So you can't really force people to call you by your real name. People, dog, when I hear my name, I kind of skrik. because it's either a legal issue, it's a summons, or it's trouble. You know what I mean? Yeah, but it's either TSWYZA or Mrekza, and you know, I'm happy that I'm recognized.
Yeah,
because people fizzled out. You don't even, man. Ulona man, skim sam ne. So it's a pleasure, man. It's quite honoring to be called.
Okay.
My character name.
All right, and let's leave Generations now.
Yeah, man.
Because you stayed there for how many years at Generations? 8 years?
8, 9 and some change.
9 years now.
Yeah.
I
I left a year ago.
A year ago from Generations?
Yeah. I left a year ago in February, March.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So for 8 years straight, you were with Generations.
Yeah.
Were there any years where you were like not casted in that particular year?
Nah, dog. If anything, I was just a character.
Mm-hmm.
Then I was bumped up to a lead character.
Which was when did you become lead character?
I think maybe 3 years in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because sometimes you have to threaten, you know what I mean? If you see that you're wielding some power, you're like, hey guys, I don't feel like you guys are appreciating me, and I can't get paid for every time I appear, you know? I need a salary. I need to be like these niggas, you know what I mean?
Sir.
I need to take debts, you know? I need to bond them, you know? Yeah, I need to mess with SARS a bit. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so they bumped me up to lead, and I've been the character ever since.
Dope.
Yeah.
Okay. And let's talk about COVID here.
Yeah.
You launching TSWYZA Show, because I know you launched it first time, and then you were doing a lot of skits, also doing like updates.
Yeah.
I know this one skit of you and Tafaya, Yes Fash, you know, and that's your comedic role. You still thrive in that.
Yeah.
What were you doing just after, establishing that and seeing that, okay, it's not really reaching the pinnacles that you'd like it to be?
So, I don't know if you've noticed this, but I was kind of TikToking before TikTok tic-tac.
Oh,
you know what
bars,
I mean?
Okay.
Yeah, because the kind of, or the brand of comedy that I have is, you know, really, it's sort of like American, man. It's when you set it up, and then you knock it out with a punch at the back. You know what I mean? But I've never been one to shy away from, you know, being stupid or crazy, or you know what I mean. It's comedic. It makes me happy. People love it, you know. But one thing that I've heard was some person said, you know what, dog, there's something that you do that actually kind of puts a bump in my step, or kind of changes my day. You know what I mean? Because you imagine, you really take 6 go to a crappy boss, you know, it's all this pressure, kids, what, but when I get onto your page, you know what I mean, I kind of forget those things for a minute. So I appreciate your brand of comedy, you know what I mean? So, pertaining the skits, or rather, let me say, the hip-hop news that I started, right, was me always trying to get into hip-hop, but doing it differently than, you know, the colleagues or the counterparts that are doing it.
Yes,
you know what I mean? I've never been one for, hey, I've got 500 million streams, hey, I'm number one, you can't mess with me, you know what I mean? I believe when you've got your own brand of, you know, a product of any sort, you know, just get in there and let it do what it needs to do. You know what I mean? Whether it inspires somebody or makes you feel good or pays you to pay your debts and whatever, you know? So I started it off with, you know, doing the hip-hop wrap-up. So I'd summarize the whole year in December, so people don't forget, because nobody really watches the news anymore, you know.
True.
So for me it was, you know, the younger generation kind of loses the essence of the reality of what's happening. You know what I mean? Yes, you can be on social media. Yes, you can be on TV. Yes, you can, you know, but we're getting screwed. You know what I mean? Rates and taxes are going higher. There's a lot of corruption. There's this, and that. So let us not forget. But mine was to, how do you then convey this message, but in a harmless and entertainment and comedic way? You know what I mean? So I set up that hip-hop news type of thing. That was 2015. I did the first hip-hop news. But it's always been skits. And what I loved and appreciated about COVID is, you know, when you're sitting at home and you've got a camera, you've got a tripod, you know, you always want people to shoot you. But those people aren't around. So I had to shoot. I had to learn how to adjust lighting, edit, everything. You know what I mean? So I created my own show. The TSWYZA Show.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, and that was just, I was dancing. You know, because I've always been a fan of, like, you know, the Wayne's Brothers and Living Color, SNL. Yeah, so I wanted to create something like that. You know, like a comedic network that encompasses everything from music to the comedy to, you know, the dramatics and skits.
That's dope. Yeah. I like it. I feel like if you didn't do that, you weren't going to do the TSWYZA Show now that we know you for.
100%.
100%,
yeah.
Right. I want to know, which one do you like the most between being a comedian, actor, and rapper?
All right.
If you choose the three, okay, yabo namhlanje. So when they one ways.
Okay. I'll answer you this way.
Okay.
What really fulfills me is the music, right?
Okay.
And not because I'm good at it as well, but it's been, I think, the hardest thing people could recognize me, you know, or kind of appreciate me for. And then the acting is, my man, it's an ability. You know, I do it in my sleep. You know,
it just comes naturally.
Yeah, dog. Like, you know what I mean. I have learned, you know, while growing up within the industry, you know, learning how to cry, learning, you know, timing and everything. But I think that I do very, very effortlessly. Now, when it comes to comedy, you know, I've always been told, hey, do stand up, I don't understand the concept of writing a joke, rehearsing a joke, and then saying the same joke at different places. Because for me, comedy needs to be fresh. If I see you in Pretoria and I come to your show and you say a joke, and then you come again to like the Lyric or, you know, Gold Reef City, and you're doing the same set piece, it's not like music, you know what I mean? Music, you can sing the same song, and I'm like, I want to hear it again. And then you perform at different places, you know, and I'll follow. But with comedy, for me, it's like a repetition of a punchline, man. It was funny at first, but now I'm like, dog, you know? So I've been told, do stand up. I don't see myself.
I feel like you'd kill it, though. I feel like if you gave yourself a chance to do it, maybe you'd see maybe a different type of delivery. Will deliver it this way in PTA?
Yeah.
And then it shows you say chincha kanje with this type of word.
Yeah, let's not count it out. I think I'll just come up with that angle, you know? Yeah. But I've always thought about kind of doing a culmination of all three, you know?
Okay.
Where I remember having, like, I scribble a lot and I make a lot of notes. Like, if I was to do a tour, how would mine be different? You know what I mean? You've got just Javas, they jump on stage, do their thing, they're off, you know what I mean? But how would TSWYZA then be different? You know what I mean? So I would definitely do, like, a theater production of some sort. You know what I mean?
Okay.
The song or the lyrics that I'm rapping to are kind of, you know, maybe like a sitcom type of setup with the couch and whatever, and we reenact it. And that's why maybe on one of the posts that I did, I was doing something with Nomfundo Yagani.
Okay.
Where we had a bit of dialogue, and, you know, we created sort of like a scene of some sort, you know. I'm hitting on her, she's responding, and, you know what I mean? Hey, I like you. Hey, you know what I mean? So I think I'd definitely go that route.
Okay.
Yeah.
In the nearest future, maybe, like...
Definitely nearest time.
Okay.
We assume we have time.
Maybe, you know. We assume we have time, but we don't.
We don't.
We don't have any time, pa.
Man.
Ish.
Hey, dog.
Hey, life, yashesha, pa.
Yeah, my man. Even the most expensive watch doesn't grant you.
Exactly.
Exactly. The time we need. Yeah.
Why do you feel like we don't have the time in the world to actually, you know, chill or rest on our laurels?
Yeah, but I think we should just pause sometimes as well. You know?
You think so? You think we can?
Remember we had that conversation about me playing golf. You know?
Yeah, I remember that combo. We're gonna talk about it still.
Yeah, but just creating time, because you realize that we in this fast-paced, peripatetic.
That's a big word for even me. Pure what?
Peripatetic. That means, you know, you're moving from post to pillar.
Okay.
You know? Yeah. You know? So just allowing yourself to be. We had that chat earlier on about just being in the moment, you know. And I loved what you said about not trying to create goals, because once you knock them off, or you take them off your list, then what? You know,
Exactly.
and you're constantly chasing. Apparently, that's what they say about cocaine. People are still chasing that first high,
but you'll never get it.
and you will never get it. You know. So I think just being in this moment, like right now, I'm here. You know what I mean? I'm not thinking about
Swisher Show right now.
You know what I mean? I'm here. I'm a Swisher, and you know, Swisher. But you doing, and you're doing amazing work, and you called me out. Yes. So I need to process that for a minute and be like, dog, this was petrol well spent, because this nigga's now running his own, you know, dominating his own culture and, you know, killing it in his own lane, and he reached out to me, you know, and I'm almost 40, dog. I'm 40 in November.
Oh wow.
You know, and for a young nigga to call me and say, hey, dog, come chill is...
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So I'm not counted out.
That's real. Dog. That's real. You know, thank you. That's real, yeah.
Yeah, so just slowing down and being, man. And I appreciate being here, dog.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate you coming and honoring the invite.
Sure,
you know?
sure.
And I want us to just dive deep on the TSWYZA Show, because I think your most popular video was with Pitchback Afro.
Yeah.
And the one that I liked the most now was the Musical Major one. And Kane Keed one.
Yeah.
Do you perhaps have a favorite winner out of all the ones that you've made? Or maybe, I don't know, the one you have fond memories of?
So I've got different feelings about each episode, right?
Okay.
I also thought I'd have a favorite, right? But I've got different reasons why I favor certain episodes. And I'll tell you this. My first episode was with Envy.
Envy, okay.
Yeah.
Wasn't it Land Rose, your first one?
Actually, my first episode was with iFinal.
Oh, okay.
So we shot that, but now because he was, you know, up and down, you know, Eastern Cape and so forth, and we just couldn't find the time to put it down. But the first person I reached out to was Black Les, right? Black Les, know the guy, my nigga, you know what I mean? Told him the concept. He's like, dog, that's really dope, right? And now it's time to shoot, and he's like, dog, spot me some money there, you know what I mean? So it's sort of like he was charging for collab. And I'm like, but my G, well, I don't have a buck to me, and I'm trying to do this thing, and I'm not sure what it would look like, but how do you charge at me when you know that we are sort of soldiers of the same struggle? You know what I mean? And that for me was kind of like a dampener, you know? Don't hate the guy, no resentment, but I believe that, you know, we bet on each other. You know, if I have an ability in something specific, and Swish gives me a call and says, dog, I need your help with this, and this, it might amplify me to the next tier or frontier of my life, you know, I should be able to come through and give my added value, you know? But life happens as it does, and I'm like, you know what, dog, I'm not going to do that with you, you know, because I'm going to resent you, you know what I mean? So I think for where you are, it's cool. Do you, you know? So I reached out to the next possible guy, because MV and Black are friends, and we all friends, you know what I mean? Yeah, we're not a clique, we're not, you know what I mean? But we friends, we respect each other, you know? So, back to your question, sorry. Black Les. Anyway,
Ish.
Yeah. So, I love MV for his cadence. He's calm, he's, you know, I love his style, right? Landrose, I got fascinated when he did that multi-rap, you know what I mean? He switched it from Xhosa to Spedi to Changane, and I'm like, freak, this is crazy. This is a nigga that I need to, you know, kind of sit down with. And yeah, I've always been a fan, you know, because he does it out of the box, you know. Then we head over to guys like P.O. He's respected. He's got the cadence as well, you know. A lyricist of note, you know. One of the best, actually, right? Then it came to the ladies, you know. Nomfundo was coming up, and, you know, she's like a feminine pro, you know. Then Zulu Mega,
She killed it.
Yeah, because I'm shocked at every interview, is what I'm trying to say, that I can't have a specific favorite, but I do have a bias, you know what I mean? But Zulu calmed things down. And, you know, you used to seeing rappers rap, you know? And she's it's like it's on the tip of her tongue. You know, she's so calm, and you know, I land in Joburg and all but no bars, and you know, that's suave. You know, that elegance. You know what I mean?
Confidence.
Yeah, man. And I've always seen her, you know, in productions and stuff. I think we've worked.
She's also an actor.
Yeah, she's also an actress. So yeah, we've worked together as well. You know. Then Kane Keed was just something else. You know what I mean? He's
I remember that episode. Went up.
Dog. So yeah, he's giving me a run for my money. And, you know, but I'm loving that because, you know, I can't be a dormant rapper because I'm in the presence of all these different rappers.
For sure.
But I'm claiming souls in a sense because I'm learning their style. You know what I mean? It's making me better. You know, dog.
You're adapting too.
I'm adapting too. You know what I mean?
All those flows.
Yeah. Because if you can rap it gets quite boring because. I can give you bars, metaphors all day, but if I can switch into your element and your style, that kind of, you know, wakes me up a bit and I have fun. But the list goes on. I've got different people for different reasons, but there are 2 people, actually 3, next episode. But Momulimi has always been my top, like my number 1. At some point it was Momulimi, then WHP. You know what I mean? And then Pitch Black Afro was just, you know, I know his work lyric to lyric, his style, you know, he added comedy and he's a very smart guy. You know what I mean? He's a smart guy. Like sometimes when you listen to his lyrics and you kind of slow down and you're like, did this guy just, you know, do that and go back and forth? Because people just listen. We've got our different reasons, right? But yeah, just being around that energy and aura and having the privilege to have my heroes on my show, dog. I sleep. You know what I mean?
It's a blessing.
A happy guy. You know what I mean? But there's an episode coming up with Toady Mac as well.
Okay.
So Toady is just something else. Because if you know Toady, then you know about his role in Morafi. You know what I mean? His role where Motswako is concerned. You know what I mean? He's, I think, even the guy that put Kuli where Kuli is.
It's him.
Yeah, because. It's like the conversation of Busta Rhymes and Spliff Star. Sometimes you need to know how to play number 2. You know what I mean?
That's true.
Because when your brother shines, you shine. You know what I mean? He gets his royalties, he gets whatever. But it's still an ecosystem of some sort. Yeah, so I'd say those are amongst.
All right.
Yeah, but every artist brought a different element, and I'm still yet to meet some. You know, I'm hoping to jump on with an OK Malum Cool Cat. You know. Casper, if you kid.
Aries.
Yeah, Aries.
I'd love that.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. This Aries character.
What you mean, Aries character?
I can't get a hold of him, dog. And I'm a resourceful guy. And I know guys that know him, you know what I mean? But I can't get a hold of him.
Specifically him?
Yeah, and I don't want to talk to Mamang to get a hold of him. Got his number, got everything, but he's just not, you know what I mean? But I guess
eventually
timing,
maybe.
Yeah, well, hey man, we're still gonna go, dog.
You know, we're still not yet at 40, yeah?
Yeah, you know what I mean, dog?
I get you.
I still got 50 more. You
get me?
Yeah, so there's your stogies. But one thing that we're working on for next year is going international. You know,
Word.
Yeah, just starting outside our borders. You know, your Botswanas, the Sotos, you know, Eswatini. Taking it up a bit further. But, but you know, some things are NDAs, so I can't discuss a lot. But yeah, we're definitely going international, you know, some Germans there, Americans there.
I like it. Yeah. I like it, bro. It's something fresh, very new, refreshing. I don't think anyone in the world does what you do, right?
I don't think so too. Because when I thought about it and I did it, I had to Google, research,
how did it come into your mind? Like, okay, I thought about it. This is a great idea. Can't lose an idea. Because sometimes you have an idea and you don't execute and it moves on to another person who will do the doing.
Yeah.
But when you did both.
So I'm going to be corny here, Metro.
Please do, bro.
This is from a depth of my heart, soul, and what I believe in is God plants seeds, right? And sometimes you forget what he planted. And sometimes you forget that you're watering what you planted.
Amen.
So you water it, and then you look at it. But once you start doing other things, when you come back, you're like, you know, here's a speck of, you know, a leaf, or, you know, let me water it some more. So it goes back to saying that me having done the hip hop wrap ups in 2015 and playing a character of a journalist, giving you hip hop news. And another interesting fact is we actually started podcasting before Mrekza.
Oh wow!
Or whatever podcast that you know in South Africa. Dog, I've actually got a couple of firsts. Yeah, when
tell
I
me
think about
another first, like.
Yeah, so with the podcasting, I had hired a studio I had office space in Randburg. So I just shoot, bruv. I really don't know what's going to happen next week or financially or whatever, but I dive in and then I'll see the temperament of height and whatever. It's life, you know what I mean? But I'm a risker. So I started it with a friend of mine called Couch Potatoes, and now in Dubai, who's a copywriter and ad exec. DJ Jaws from 5FM, you know.
Okay.
And our first guest was actually Matauza, you know.
Bando.
Matauza, you know that Kotari guy. You know?
But sure.
Yeah. So what I wanted to do was, you know, create interviews, but on camera, right? But the biggest idea was having a 360 studio. So
like
Swisher comes in.
Keeps on moving.
Yeah. Well, not rotationally, but you pop into studio. Hey, what's up, dog? Hey, my name is Swisher. Oh, okay, Swisher. What do you do? I'm a rapper. Okay. Then you go into the studio. You record. After you leave the studio, we take photos of you. Right? That's just the next room. Here are photos. Next room, we do an interview, podcast style. So, where you from? Oh, my name is, you know, for press sake, whatever. The next office would then be, you know, your admin. You know what I mean? Hey, sign here. Here's whatever. You know what I mean? So that's what I was trying to start at that time. So that's another seed that's planted, right? But I stand to be corrected, but I haven't been yet because I've got receipts, right? That I was possibly the first guy to perform piano in America.
Which
in
was
LA,
when?
Right? This is 2000 and I think 2009 or something. Huh?
Piano
No.
2009.
Wait.
Okay.
No. It's just around. It was just the other day. I think 2020. Was it 2018 or 19?
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Right. Because we were doing the Pretoria piano type of vibe. You know what I mean? With your Mapentanis and you know those Dada Man and you know the Bacardi-ish type of piano.
Oh, okay, boy.
So what happened is, long story short again, but my sister, birthday, what, America, couldn't go, generations, no, you're not going to go, kept my ticket, and then I was like, F you, went on, but I went alone, right? So I went to LA, then I started making calls, you know, because you realize, dog, when you land in any country, and you've made it in Joburg, for argument's sake, dog, everything else is like, let me start doing some hookups. Called a guy called Josh, right? Josh is from South Africa. He does events and he's a DJ as well. I'm like, dude, you'd always host guys in South Africa that are from LA. Give me some numbers. He gives me a number. I meet some guy. There's a guy called Black Pages, right? For receipts, called Black Pages. He runs like an Afro tech, African what movement in America. And there's a guy called TSWYZA Sunshine and all those guys, right? So TSWYZA Sunshine is from and Pure Boo Boo. So they're from Cape Town and settled in LA and they're running things that side, you know what I mean? So spoke to the guy, I'm like, dog, I see you've got a gig. When is it, right? It's this weekend, whatever. Can I perform? What are you performing? This thing called piano. What the hell is that? I sent him something. It's like, come through. Get to the gig. Jokey what? Understand? Get to the gig. Put on some music. Perform the songs that we've done and that are on Channel O and all those other places. And when I came back, after that, this guy's like, dog, this is a different sound. Where's it from? Whatever. And I'm like, I told you I'm from South Africa. Little did I know that it would build into what it is today.
Yes, sir.
You know? But I think another point is when you do certain things, you don't run around and say, I'm the first, I'm the, you know, you live in your lane, you let things progress, you know what I mean? And now I'm doing this because of our piano and stuff like that, you know what I mean? But dabbling in other things, and you know, but it's music at the end of the day.
It's music.
Yeah.
It happens with the form of momentum. If you build that momentum from something different, it becomes different eventually now.
Yeah.
And you have the TSWYZA Show, which I want us to finalize our talk on that because I want to know, I'm sure even the viewers want to know, like, when you guys produce a song there,
yeah,
how does it work? Like, Do you write your own verse and then you show the people about, okay, nanze verse yam fit. Kaupale yakho. And then by pale yakhe yakubonisa yena about, okay, nanze yam. Funeke yakho ibenje. Like, how does it work in terms of you guys, the process of making a song and all of that?
So, I heard that question so many times, so many interviews, man on the street, right? My answer is, how does Barnabas get his followers? What is the secret recipe to KFC? What do they put inside a Coca-Cola can? I guess that answers
That's
your
the
question.
answer. Singashia, Papa, you know.
I don't want to kill him for people that really
you get me?
Yeah.
I respect it, bro.
Because sometimes you see the comments as well, and you're like, you know what? Are you enjoying this thing or not? That's what's important.
It's better you don't know it.
Yeah, man. Because at the end of the day, you know, we're celebrating current artists. We're going from A-listers to Z-listers and people that aren't even on the list, you know. We're discovering and unearthing new talent or talent that's been around that just needed that platform, you know.
I like that you said that because you gave Keiki the platform to actually express herself.
There we go.
Tell me, how did you feel about that whole situation? That whole Keiki talk? Not sure if you really previewed to it. I can.
Yeah. I don't know. Well, I know only as much as I do, right? And I know. Having been on the trip in LA, I actually went to bumped into Speedster, or he bumped into me.
There.
Yeah.
Oh,
we
wow.
hit a strip club. Yeah, because they came for a gig like that daytime. I think there was some popular, you know, party during the daytime. Yeah, so I think he was DJing there. And we hit the strip club, man. And I got lost. He actually, yes, Speedster.
He what?
Yes, Kakfana, man. Joe, he calls me. I give him my address, right? Because we get to a strip club and we dancing and it's all good, you know. We're throwing dollars in the air, you know what I mean? Hey, dog. So when we leave, now my battery is done, right? And I've been taking videos and stuff like that. So now I have to catch an Uber back home, right? Or to the posse that I rented. So I'm like, dog, here's my address. Can you please plug it in? I'll do the payment, but just secure me a ride because my phone is off, right? This bastard puts in the wrong address. I end up on the other side of town. And now I actually ended up physically fighting with the Uber driver. Because it was like in the AMs and he's like, dog, I live around here. This is where your trip ends. I can't help you.
What?
Right? No charger, no nothing, dog. Ended up at the garage. Walked from block to block.
Damn.
These guys in the petrol station didn't want to help me. I think they thought I'm some kind of thug or whatever. I'm not cute to be on. Why ain't gonna rob nobody? Don't push me. Yeah. So but coming back to Speedster is, you know, he's got a duty, right? And he's been in this field of faculty far longer than a lot of, you know, these new kids and coming up, you know. How it was handled, you know, it was okay at first, right? And I say this articulately. It was fine at first. Swisher, can you do this for me? No, I will not. Please. No. Okay, let's call it a day. And we call it a day. But coming back and doing a parody and doing comedic skits and commenting and what. For me is he's sitting, Pesgo's Kundla say OG in a sense. You know what I mean? He's respected, he's celebrated. But for me, it was kind of like stooping kind of low, you know, because kid is a kid. You know what I mean? And, you know, having lost that respect from somebody that's coming up as well, you know, it also kind of shows a different, I'd say, fabric of character in a sense, you know, because we forget that everything that we do kind of reflects our character. You know what I mean? And what's dangerous about socials and audiovisual is people know me only as what I project.
Yes,
right?
sir.
And they can only take me for that. Hence, we're in an interview, you are peeling the layers, right? You're getting to know me. But if you know me as an ass or as this type of person on screen, that is how you're going to judge me, right? So I think the freestyle thing wasn't a problem. You either can or you can't. You know what I mean? Like I said, some people are better writers than they are freestylers. Some people will take out, a rabbit in a hat, but also social media will be like, she spat that verse from track 4 from that other mixtape from, you know what I mean?
Right.
But that's the business we're in. I just don't like how he handled it from an OG perspective, And I'm not sure if he's an OG. Well, he's been doing his thing, right? Yeah.
It's close to your age, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So we almost OGs. Yeah, but I think he would have handled it better. But he's a professional at the end of the day, and I think there's also some regret. Yeah. But at the end of the day, he's got a duty to do, and as a rapper, sometimes you put on the spot as a person. You know what I mean?
You should rap. Sometimes.
Yeah. If you don't want to, you don't have to.
You don't have to. No one's forcing you.
Yeah. Because these fees ain't free.
Hey,
you know what I mean?
gotta bring the bag, I guess.
Sometimes you gotta pay a fee for free. You know what I mean?
Shout out to Black Les there.
Yeah.
Pa, let's talk about your golfing, pa. I see you golf and you very much the Tiger Woods of the shit, bro.
TSWYZA Woods, my nigga.
Hey, bruh, you know. Tell me what made you do the golfing and also 2K, 20,000 steps every day.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah, some change. I actually come back from a Limpopo challenge that was in Euphoria yesterday.
What's that now?
So it's a golf challenge that we got invited to. So this weekend is a Sunshine Tour, right? So it's three players that are paid with a profession. You know what I mean? So we got to go head to head with a pro. And I'm glad to say, it feels like a Casper moment when he's like, yeah, man, that's what Black Thought and I helped my own. And niggas be like, my G.
Who's Black Thought there? Yeah? You the Black Thought or the Black Thought is the professional?
Yeah, the pro is the Black
okay,
Thought.
Okay.
And I was a Casper.
Calm.
Well, y'all went there, so you don't know what went down.
You know.
But I kicked these. I'm playing. Yeah. So, dog. Once again, shout out to the moms. She's been playing from TSWYZA. So every time I'd accompany her to the golf course, it's like, hey, idlama chips, abantu abadala bayadlala, or they're having their drinks.
Yeah.
Take this club, go to the driving range, But the funny thing is, I only end up at the driving range.
Okay.
So, on and off, but I'd never really played with other people. You know what I mean? Because you got the confidence to hit the ball, Because I'm actually a former hockey star, bro.
Oh, word, bro.
Yeah, man. We had provincial coaching, assistant coaching.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's why, I wanted to reverse the kilos.
All right.
Remind them that
We're still out here.
We're still out here,
Thank
man.
you.
Yeah, so it's only recently that I actually actively played. Yeah, good, 4 or 5 months ago. And believe it or not, I think I'm on my 60th game.
60th.
Dog, I'm playing tomorrow as well.
Yeah, how often do you play? Every 3 days? 2 days?
Every 3 days. There was a wild one where we went for 5 days straight, dog.
Okay.
Because this thing is crack, bro.
What do you win,
Yeah.
Do you win anything or it's just the bragging rights? I'm the best hitter, yeah.
Dog, a para smoking crystal doesn't win nothing, dog. He's just satisfied for that moment.
He's fulfilled.
You feel me, dog?
I get you. So that's your para code.
That's my para code. That's why they call them pars, dog. But yeah, but the take home is really going to 40, and I think we should have that chat as well about all the niggas still rapping,
I get that.
But yeah, getting to 40, you see a couple of niggas drop, and remember what we also consider as a grootman is somebody that's maybe 3-5 years older than me, but essentially they're your peers. Lo une gout, lo une heart stroke, sugar diabetes, and you realize, Guti, you accompany people to our funerals, and you never think, one day they'll be coming to yours type of thing. Yeah. You know what I mean? So, since COVID, dog, funerals and death has been so casual, but it sneaks up on you. So I think I just took that conscious decision to first the mentality, my mental. You test it every day, dog. the devil will bring some nigga to step on you, disrespect you,
Facts.
so you can react. You know, women out there, you know, you know, and then you're caught in a trap, die, what, but from a health perspective, you know what I mean? But the biggest, I think the biggest that that I really appreciate is just that environment. You know, men are natural problem solvers, and going to the golf course is creating a problem that you can solve. Because when you hit a ball into the bush, you must find your way out. You know what I mean? So that's equivalent to you taking a debt on a car that you can't pay back.
Okay.
Now I have to figure out how to pay these people. You know what I mean? That's you picking up a girl, telling her that you love her, just to trick her into a relationship and jiggy upan. Now you have to figure out how to take care of that baby. You know what I mean? So this gives you more control of how to solve the problems that you've created for me. Now everybody has their own reasons. But what I appreciate is from the parking lot, you will see a Datsun, you will see a Ferrari, you will see a Caravelle, you will see a Porsche, you will see an Uber, right? So these are men and women from different rankings, backgrounds, economically, you know, understand? But we are all here for the same thing. And now a poor nigga can bruise a rich man's ego because of ability and practice and focus and, you know what I mean, the know-how. So I look forward to it every day because my mind is clear. I even forget that, you know, I owe SARS or I've got a summons or, you know what I mean? But I won't die. The least I could do is be selfish enough to spend 4 hours with myself.
I like that.
Yeah.
Taking care of you.
Taking care of me. Yeah, man.
Okay. I like that, bro. It's very inspirational. A lot of people don't take care of their health.
Dog. And take it up, dog. Try it. I swear to God. Not only will you be rich now, you will eventually be rich, but not in this way.
Okay.
Because that's where your personality is actually tested. You know when they say, you know, business is conducted on a golf course, it's because they see your true character. You know what I mean? If you're gonna cheat nyana and what, somebody's looking, dog.
Someone's seeing.
Yeah, so you can't come to me and be like, hey, dog, you're the CEO of Telkom. Listen, man, I was thinking, what, and I'm like, dog, you're bad for business. Didn't you just pick up that ball and put it in your pocket or do this, and that? You know what I mean? So I've met really, really crappy people. I've met shallow people. I've met people with low self-esteem that I looked up to. And then I've met humble people. I've met Amakhut man, and I'm talking niggas in their 60s that gave me a couple of jewels. I've met niggas that gave me appointments. You know, some gave me money. You know what I mean? We did business and stuff, and I'm still looking forward to it. You know what I mean? So you should try it, man.
I will definitely try golf, my brother.
Start young, and you'll have some etiquette.
I used to play cricket. I feel like cricket and golf are closely tied. Gentlemen's sports, both of them.
Cricket, tennis, you know. As long as you swing something.
Yeah,
dog.
Okay.
Just discipline and that, you know, it's a gentleman's sport as well.
You know.
Oh,
Thank you, Pa. So the difference between a birdie and a bogey and a par and an underbar, you learn those there now.
You'll find out on the course, yeah. You gotta find out the hard way. Man.
Right, Pa. And I think you like episode 34 of the Swisher Show.
24. 25.
34 for me.
Oh, you?
Yeah.
Oh, shit, I'm at 25.
You're at 25.
Yeah.
That's dope, you know.
Can you swear on your show?
You can.
Shit.
You can't say fuck.
Fuck.
Yeah. You were like frick. You were like frick.
Shit.
And I'm like, pa, you can say fuck.
Yeah, and I'm trying to. I should imagine my golfer. So
you're trying to
hold my motherfucking self.
Dango, but who else would you like to see?
Congratulations, dog.
Thank you,
34. Damn.
Cooking we.
Yeah.
Maneuvering we.
So what you gonna ask me? Who I would like to see on your
on my show?
Yeah. So that's where I was getting to is you know, I just realized I was having this conversation about me being 40 and you know there's been that, you know, social media thing. It all started with I thought, man, quit rapping and what, and then you get a couple of people that posted and be like, dog, if you started rapping in the 80s and whatever, please don't stop. Now the importance of that is, you know, I try to listen to some of the young cats, and I do understand that we express things different, and you know what I mean? But there's somewhere, somehow, where there's a lack of substance, you know? Because there's rapping, and then there's being motivational, being, intentional, and saying something that can take you home. You know what I mean? Yes, you can rap about bitches, money. It's allowed. You know what I mean? But do you have substance, right? So what I'm missing, and it's one of the conversations that I tried to have with Proverb. He said he's not rapping anymore.
He's done.
And he's one of the Grootmans that I said, Cho, come through on my show, it's growing and what. He's like, Pa, no. Then I hit him up again. Dog. Now, I thought maybe for him it was like, my brand is at this level, and for me to come down and it will be a reputational issue, right? Which I understand. Sometimes...
I get it, sometimes.
I mean, you are a walking business. But once I started hitting those numbers, it was interesting for me to hear him say, no, dog, I'm not in it anymore, right? Wow. So he's got his reasons, but I believe that, most of these guys kind of left the game because maybe they're not celebrated enough, or maybe they're not making enough bread from it, or whatever the reason may be. But from a wisdom perspective, I think older guys need to start or pick the mic back up, because there's certain things that have happened in their lives that younger niggas need to listen to. So I'm a father of 3, right? I've got a set of twins, I've got a youngin', I've got a house, I've got, a car, but back to our conversation is I've got friends that are dying. I've got debts, you know what I mean? I've got prospects, I got married, I got niggas are getting divorced, So I should be now in the position to hoy a rap that says, listen, yes, you love her, but have you done your due diligence? You just met her. Was her father abusive? Whatever, because what happened to her might happen to you. Nah. You know what I mean? Or the 10 commandments. Rule number 1, trust God with your heart. That's where you start. Understand the recital of the Bible will make you smart. Number 2, I know this is enough pressure on you to do what you got to do, but don't doubt that you'll put through. Number 3, you got to be about your family. You're in the position to lead, feed. You know what I mean? So giving those gems could save and change a person's life. Baba. So back to your question is, I think also have that balance, because I was taught this as well, that have a balance of these young niggas and old niggas. So I think maybe having your zabzes,
Okay.
Yeah, I've never spoken to them. Well, he's going to be a guest as well, I've got his number, we chopped it up. But, Mr. Selwyn, how did he then...
Mr. Selwyn.
Why is he a church nigga? Why is he a pastor? What did he do that, led him to, you know what I mean? And Pitch Black, for instance, I mean, for them to say you committed this, but what's the trauma behind it? You know what I mean? Because somebody's listening that's watched, their parents or a partner or somebody get murdered. How do you then deal with that trauma? So we are so nonchalant, and we hit social media, and you start realizing that TikTok is the new Kobela. You know what I mean? Chat GPT is the new Kobela. Because for everything that's wrong or that you want to know, you run to the hey, I've got this rash under my what do I, you know what I mean?
Search on TikTok.
Yeah, I think it's a Sangoma's new enemy.
Amen.
Because they're not getting the consultation fees no more. But it would be interesting to hear what their stories are.
Okay.
And I think that's why I'm also driven by my own show. Is, I'm quite curious, what happened with the situation? How did you deal with this? You know what I mean? And I wish it would have been 10 minutes, but also my concentration span is...
Yeah, it's not that up, nah. Imagine like us as Gen Zs, because as not concentration, constantly scrolling.
Yeah, and that's why I love the format of my... Dog, I love my own shit.
As you should, I mean? You did it for yourself. I did it for me. You did say that you're tired of getting... You did this shit for you.
Yeah.
No one says, okay, ndikwenzele TSWYZA. Ndizenzele pa into yam le.
And I paid the cost, dog.
You did.
Understand? The assumption would be overnight. I said, recorded, Telkom called, super beds in you know what I mean? At some point,
you didn't reach out to them. You didn't reach out to a super beds or Telkom.
Yeah, I did. But you have your fluctuations. But one interesting fact is, and this one is quite a terrible one for me. It's just that I'm not a public guy. Well, contradictory too. Yeah. But the producer that I started out with, really nice guy. I won't say anything bad about him, right? But we had a fallout. So it's Swisher, TSWYZA, I'm working on something, right? We will get paid, right? Trust me. Just need to be patient and see what I'm gonna do with this thing. Alright, dog. Beats, interview, what, Then when the right people were gravitating to the show, and we start getting bread, there's a difference between initial bread and bread. You understand? I'm sure Manjinabo, they'll start you off with crumbs and, see where this is going. And you're building a relationship, you know what I mean? Now we get into the bedroom and, the sponsors open the sheet and it's like, so now he plays our show, my what, ing, understand? And at this point now he's getting paid. And he's getting paid what? 6 times his normal fee. You know what I mean? And we're still going. And we're still building, right? So I think it's those type of things. Like I wasn't angry, dog. I was disappointed because it was like a little brother. You know what I mean? And we're gonna watch this thing grow and remember, I'm consuming all the hard costs. You know what I mean? And I've sold a car, and you know what I mean. Well, people don't need to hear that, but I know where I'm going, and a car can always be bought. Money can always be made, but relationships, But I appreciate those type of things because Ksasa, when I get a phone call and somebody says, "Hey, the TSWYZA Show, here's 45 million rand or $45 million, and you're going to multi-choice, and you know what I mean? You're gonna create a network and what. I would still be with the same niggas. Now we're moving, from here to different steps, and forgetting that I've started this thing back in 2015. You know what I mean? When I'm Tola Izolo, and you're thinking you're gonna have those prospects or the payout, and you're getting paid, by the way. But now you're looking at invoices and you're like, it doesn't work that way. So generationally, dog, I think you all need to slow down, man.
Nah.
Yeah, you need to
it was a young brew,
it's a young brew. It's disappointing.
I think he thought of the moment now, not longevity of things.
Yeah, and
it cost him.
Yeah, but those things also help because you kind of declutter. You know what I mean? And God works. He works his ways. Multi-clever, I mean, he's the king of that shit.
Okay.
So I think he also, gets rid of unnecessary weight and whatever, But I'll always be thankful that we started it together and I hope the best wherever it is. But unfortunately, I can't be around that energy.
Yeah.
It's like a speaker.
Yes, sir. You just need good vibes, good energy.
Yeah, so, we rise, we fall. And as much as the show is looking successful, there are challenges over and above it. So, yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
I'm still looking forward to those challenges.
You're still looking forward to it?
Yeah, though.
Any episodes that you think, okay, if I get 101, I'm stopping? Are you thinking there's no 101 stopping?
The only way I'll stop is if I go mute.
Danko.
Yeah.
Which will never happen.
And annoying me, I'm going to do the TSWYZA Show sign language episodes.
Your sign language.
Yeah, dog. But it's still in my ability, dog. And I think the saving grace, that's why I got, God in his seeds, dog. I left Generations without a plan. You know what I mean? Yes, I did go to another production called Pet or ETV, but I was kind of tired being a soapy boy and acting and stuff like that, Right now, I'm only taking serious roles, Netflixes and Showmaxes and all those things.
Nothing too easy.
Yeah. So I took a break from the soapies, and this came up, and it's coming up and coming up. You know what I mean? So for you to wake up and do something like you're doing right now, dog, you could be pushing paper at some building trying to kill yourself every day. Understand?
9 to 5 call.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So sometimes, man, you need to trust the plan, bet on yourself, and you'll never know where it takes you, dog. You live on the house, basically.
Yeah.
You wake up in the morning, kona ikigi, what do I think? Come through it. I want to cruiser. When you get there, but I can't tell you, okay, more for me drink. But switch, you're a rider. You don't even know what it is. You know what I mean? You don't even know the lineup. Yeah, so God takes care of his own. But can you take care of you long enough for him to do what he needs to do?
And most people don't have the patience to do that.
They don't.
That window of Okay, what am I gonna do now?
So what do you expect the man to do in the meantime? You know what I mean? I mean, between prayer and achievement, there's a process here, man. It's a waiting room thing.
You don't just happen. You have to work on that shit.
Yeah, you can't say it's been long. When you get out the door, but hey, shit.
I forgot the million.
15 million, 15 minutes after you left. I was like, I could have waited 15 minutes.
Could have been that now.
So we don't know.
I appreciate you coming to my show.
No.
I have to. I know we can still have a lot of conversations, but I'm going to have to love and end this episode right now, brah. You know, I appreciate you coming through. I do want to come through and rap at the TSWYZA Show, as I said.
But let's do it, though.
I'm ready when you are, but
let's make it official.
Like I used to rap, okay, Swisher, I don't give a fuck. I go the long way, no fucking shortcuts. TSWYZA right now is wearing green, he might be Hulk.
But what he's got is underpants is I know that. Let's do it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's fun at the end of the day.
It is fun, man.
Yeah, I think people just put it at a place where it's not supposed to be, and you know, you get the comments that Mama killed Mama. That's not what it's about, come on.
It's just having fun.
Yeah. And then let me tell you about my relationship with Rouge. I'm joking.
Oh, that's another story for another day.
You see how how you keep people still engaged. Yeah. They're trying to close off the show, and you're like, yeah. Do you know Boiti's my baby mom? Oh yeah. Tell me about that.
I wanna know about Boiti. Is she real?
Next up on Starting a Room. I'm joking.
But I appreciate it.
Yeah, allegedly or what? You know you can get sued for these things.
Hey, people suing and now you get summoned again.
Celebrities are childish these days.
They appreciate now as a viewer there who's watched, who's liked. I promise you I'll give you another episode if you have liked this episode and want another person. I saw someone give me a shout about, yo, Swisher, get Frank Casino. I like that. Give me more people that you want me to get. Who would you like? You said...
Actually, Frank Casino would
be dope.
I want all of them, man.
Me
I
too,
know these guys. Yeah. I mean, they've lived lives, dog. They've got experiences that
and they want to talk.
Look at that guy that went into junkie mode. J Molly.
Oh, J Molly. J Molly, no J Molly.
You know what I mean? Yeah, and have an MT and now try to compare notes and, you know. Yeah, but the artistry as well, you know.
I get it. I love and leave you, viewers, Mr. TSWYZA. Thank you for your voice in the game, what you do for us. I feel like people should literally note your trajectory, bruh, because now with the TSWYZA Show, it's gonna go to new levels, bruh. Newer levels, newer devils, bruh. But you are more than prepared to face them.
Yeah, man. And at some point, maybe I have to, you know, pass down the baton, you know?
Facts.
Yeah. Hey, yo, let me do this quickly. 6th of December is the TSWYZA Show Music Festival.
Okay.
So all the guests, or some of the guests that were on the show, will be at the Music Fest. TSWYZA Show Music Fest on the 6th of December, Toadberry Hall, Lanseria. Get your ticket at www.howler.com. Yeah.
Siyabulela, bro. So bonke who were rapping at each and every episode of the TSWYZA Show, they're gonna be there.
Yeah, but
love that.
Obviously I want to pick and choose again, you know. So I bet it's 25 rappers.
Hey, so it's gonna be 25 rappers rapping.
I'll do a house.
Uzawukhatha abanye bathi.
Budget. Angina-sponsor.
Kodwa nakona Telkom.
Yeah, but we're trying to keep it going. So yeah, man. Let's
appreciate that. 6th of December.
6th of December. If you're around, dog, I'll send you a ticket.
Please, bro. Yeah. I might be at Philip in Toyota for K.
Oh, yes. No, support the bro, man.
I want to support the OG.
He's a nice guy. I don't think he likes me, but...
He's blocked me, but...
Really?
Yeah, but I fuck with him still.
I fuck with him as well, man.
Why doesn't he like you?
I don't know. Why doesn't he like you?
I don't know.
Oh, well.
Casper.
We'll go together and find out.
Nah. Yeah. Casper, please like us, bro.
We're going to have a TSWYZA Show / okay, Swisher Show where we can ask this bro.
Who's it? I
was listening to my Jay-Z album.
Kushobani. We love you guys. Thank you, bro.
Thank you so much.
Yes, sir.
Everything I said, allegedly.
Swish.